Today we are going to be going over the new workflow builder inside GoHighLevel. If you open up a new automation or a new workflow and you start from scratch, you'll notice this new screen here, which will help you build workflows by simply chatting with AI. It's incredible. I wouldn't say it's as fast as I had hoped, but I'm sure it's only going to get better from here. And it really allows the end user to go from not being so comfortable at creating workflows and automations to simply like you're chatting almost with ChatGPT to create what you want. And then what's really cool is you can interact with the AI after to make some changes on the go. You can still edit things manually if you wish to. You can pinpoint errors and you can just simply chat with it back and forth to brainstorm on what you want. So in this case, I just used, if you click on any of these, it will create the prompt for you. So I just did email campaigns because I would say that's probably the most common when it comes to that's probably the question I get when it comes to creating drip campaigns. And if you're not familiar with what drip campaigns are, just watch one of my previous videos, but it's the easiest way to follow up with clients consistently after your first touch point to ensure that it's automated going forward. So from here, I'm just going to simply hit the submit button and you can see a beautiful interface pops up, and it looks a lot different than it used to. So this is really cool. And it starts to create the sequence we're working on. At the bottom here, it kind of gives you some good tips on how to create a good prompt to work with the AI builder. So you can see notes, and it essentially just wants you to be as accurate as possible. Use some keywords that it might understand, like send and email, SMS, those kinds of things. For this to build here, I'll show you some more features. You can see that there's a standard builder and an advanced builder, so we'll just go over standard today. You can see that the top here is very similar to what it was before. You can see recent changes in history, the old workflow, the old draft and publish section. Oh, we can see it going there now. Perfect. But we'll finish up and here to test your workflow. So of course I didn't name this because this is just a test, but you can see that it's really conversational. So it's telling me that it's the AI workflow. It's going to be helping me moving forward. Here you can see the prompt that we had entered, and now you can see what it's doing here. It's explaining what the trigger is, which is at the top here. That's what turns the light switch on. You know, that's what makes your workflow happen. So in this case, a new subscriber is added to the workflow. Automatic subscribers created in your system with a new sign up. A welcome email journey begins. Then it explains there's a wait step and it just says that it's empty. The source is not empty. So we know that this came from somewhere. And then the email 1 goes out and it's going to be a wait step. And then the email 1 goes out, which says it's brand story. So let's see what it did here. It created a subject line. It did a quick compose AI email for you, and it looks really good. And it even adds your username and your user signature. And what I love about this is it doesn't have all the ChatGPT dashes. So you'll definitely want to go through here. Again, if we can continue chatting in this section here and ask it to change the content in the emails, which is amazing. We can see this right with AI here is tracking clicks, adding tags. What's really cool about these is now you can separate what happens to these contacts. You know, if they do open this email, what do you want to happen? If they click on something, what do you want to happen? That kind of stuff. And then of course you can test all of these when you're ready. So that's really cool that it does, 90% of the work for you here. And then it's going to wait 5 days before it sends the second email. And now this talks about the best-selling product. So this is a great sequence, right? And I mean, that didn't take very long for it to do. It looks here it's English. So if you're in Canada like me, just make sure you double check these. Of course, with any AI function, you're going to want to double check everything. This is just purpose to get you 80-90% of the way there and save you a ton of time and just make it easier for the normal user to build workflows instead of somebody who is really tech savvy. But so far, I really like this. So wait, 5 email customer looks like it's preparing for testimonial. So again, you can go in here, you can change this out and maybe even add videos, things like that. You can go to previous videos of mine where I explain how to create proper drip campaigns. Testimonials, another 5 days, exclusive member benefits. It's trying to, give those discounts to recoup that lead. Wait 6 days before the final email goes out, and then there's an email with the recap and next steps. The one thing that I would add to this, but I didn't have in my prompt, so the AI is not wrong, I would add an internal notification to let myself know that the end user, that the contact is at the end of this workflow. But other than that, this is simply amazing. So you can tell it, like ChatGPT, that was good or bad. The more you give feedback, the better the AI gets. I know a lot of people don't use these functions, but of course we recommend that you do. You can clear your chat and start over. You can type your message. So in this case, I can say add a final action to notify me when the contact reaches the end of the workflow. See what it does. So now it's thinking again. While it's thinking, I'll show you here, this is chat mode. So you can see here, if I enter chat mode, it won't make edits in my workflow. So that's good for like brainstorming and thinking about what you're going to do with the AI before it actually changes it. So you can see here, again, simply amazing. It added that internal notification to let me know that it's been finished. So I'd probably be a little bit more particular and put the contact's name and what workflow it is, because if you're like me, you have thousands of workflows. So I like to just know mentally, okay, Sarah's at the end of the workflow. Okay, so now next steps, it's like it tells us to review, make any edits, which we just discussed. And this point and edit is really cool. So you can edit nodes, which just means you simply point and edit and you select what you want to fix. So you can say like fix these, fix this, 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 and this, and you can see how it selected the nodes, which are these. And now you can simply tell the AI that you're specifically wanting to focus on these nodes, these actions, right? So really amazing that it can allow you to separate from the entire workflow and not start from scratch every single time. So this, guys, is amazing. I hope that you try it, because it just brings that entry level of automation to life and really quickly. And of course, if you have any issues or questions, just let me know. And then one of these days we'll go over the advanced builder. Don't forget to test your workflows, test your emails before you hit that publish button. Always rename your workflows, and yeah, happy automating.